Okay, what we have today, customer brought in a set of carbs off his Kawasaki Z1000. I believe these are just standard 29mm smooth bores, but you can see all the dried ethanol. So the first thing I'm going to do before we take it apart is I'm going to dump it in the hot 65-degree bath in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'll show you how that comes up just with a bath and a buzz. Also, I just wanted to show you in the bowls themselves, we've got quite a bit of dried up stuff there, and you can see definitely needs a clean up in there. Okay, so these are fresh out the ultrasonic bath, and we are looking much cleaner. It's extremely hot, 70-degree bath, but that's a lot better. And then we'll take all the jets out, and I'll walk you through a full rebuild next. I'll show you a trick I use. These pilot jets, I've got a set of files for carburetor jets. Sometimes they don't go small enough, so if you get a 10,000th high E string from a guitar and you put a nice kink in it like that, you can actually run that through pretty easy. Sort of get it stuck through there, and you bend that over and make a kink. And now when you pull this through, it's actually going to wipe the walls clean inside and out, because you can feel resistance as you go. And from there I can point that up to the light and see daylight. Camera's probably not going to show it, but when I can see daylight through it, I'm pretty clean. And then from there I'll also clean all these little holes on the side. Okay, we'll get our floats out of the carburetor. Now sometimes you have to punch these pins out, sometimes they just slide out, so let's hope they just slide out. I find that to be a lot more common sense. Yep, and they do. So you'll have a pin there. You have your actual float. And there's your tang that you can use to adjust for your fuel bowl level height. And then the actual guy who does all the work sealing is this one here. And you can see on these older models they actually just use a metal tip. It's not a special rubber tip, so we want to get all that cleaned up. And also the surface inside of there can be cleaned up. I've just pulled this main jet, and you can see a lot of the gummy dried up stuff that just by soaking the carbs as a whole in that ultrasonic bath is great to clean, most of the outside. You got to go way deeper to get to the source of the problem. Just going to go ahead and pull the tops off these. Can probably give them a bit of a cleanup, make them look more appealing, and show you how the slide adjustment works. I'm also going to break these float needle seals loose. You can see all the debris that gets stuck in there, so we'll get that all cleaned up. One of my favorite things to use is CLR on these brass bits. You can't leave them in for too long because they start to change color, but it does help really just clean the scale off of them, and scale is really hard to clean without using abrasives.